Why was Shinobu the only one who never awakened a mark? In the Infinity Castle arc, every Hashira manifested a mark during their battles against the Upper Moons. All except for one, Shinobu. Like the other Hashira, she fought in an extreme situation, filled with burning anger as she faced her sworn enemy, Douma. But even until the very end, the mark never appeared. There are several hidden and clever reasons behind this, which I will introduce in this video. The first reason is that there was no need for her to awaken it. Shinobu had already assumed that she might not be able to defeat Douma with swordsmanship alone. For this reason, she prepared in advance, circulating within her own body a poison made from wisteria, 700 times stronger than normal. In other words, her strategy was based on the idea that she would be absorbed by Douma. Of course, it is not that Shinobu intended to die without resisting, but as her last resort, she had drawn up a plan in which she would use her own body to kill Douma. One of the conditions for the mark's manifestation is to be placed on the brink of life and death, in a state where the swordsman must risk everything to break through by awakening it. Therefore, since Shinobu was fighting with the assumption that she would ultimately be absorbed, she had no need for the kind of temporary power boost the mark provides. For Shinobu, the greatest goal was not her survival, but to kill Douma. Another reason is that her lungs were crushed. It is said that for the mark to appear, the body temperature must rise above 39 degrees Celsius, and the heart rate must exceed 200 beats per minute. But in her battle with Douma, it was extremely difficult to meet either of these conditions. First, Douma's blood demon art used cold air in his attacks. Because of the low temperature in the battlefield, it was harder for Shinobu's body heat to rise. And even worse, early in the fight, Shinobu's lungs were crushed. Because of this, not only did her body struggle to increase its temperature, but she also fought without being able to breathe properly. This made it impossible for her heart rate to reach the extreme levels needed for the mark. There is also another factor, her unique fighting style. While other swordsmen repeatedly unleash intense slashes as the battle grows more severe, Shinobu's style was different. She fought with intervals, adjusting her poisons and checking their effects. The mark tends to appear in situations where the body is pushed to its absolute limits through continuous, extreme combat. But Shinobu's style made it much harder to reach those conditions. Even if her lungs had not been crushed, it is very likely that Shinobu still would not have manifested a mark. It is more accurate to say that she did not need to awaken one, rather than that she could not. Being intelligent, Shinobu used her skills and combat style in the most effective way, and fought with a strategy directly tied to her goal of killing Douma. If another Hashira had encountered Douma first, they might have been defeated. So, what do you think? For Shinobu's fans, it was a heartbreaking conclusion, but without her, the Demon Slayers would not have achieved victory. If you know other reasons why Shinobu never awakened a mark, share them in the comments. See you in the next video.